Alright, we're back. Sorry about that. We had an issue with the stream, but we are back. We're good. We're ready to go. Should be good and okay. Alright, so let's take a look here. So let's see. So we have an alpha of Nico in Q3. Maxwell from Mercedes. Both Aston Martins made it in. F1X and Ferrari. Jack and Luke. The AlphaTauris got in. Flynn in. Squares in. And Bourbon's in. So we're back. So, bottom 5 from Q1, if I can find it. Okay, so the bottom 5, it was Payox for P16, Zakaria P17, Jordan P18, Groggers P19, and Spoiled Egg P20. And, let's see for Q2. Let's see. Well, for Q2, we lost... So we lost, we lost TB. That I saw. We lost, let's see. Who was... Yeah, we lost TB. We lost, Polygod. Yeah, TB, Polygod. Let's see, who was the other rebel? Oh yeah, Term. Term was knocked out of Q2. The Chiller was knocked out of Q2. There's one more, but I probably could have missed it. Anyway, so a very, very strange Q3. Okay. So, let's see. So, we are in intermediate conditions here. And Square, top of the board, with a 42-8. And Nico's wrecked. Nico is wrecked. There he is. Wrecked out of the final corner. So, and Gecko and AK, they both wrecked too. And Flynn fighting hard to keep it in grip. So, is it really inters or is this full wet? I mean, Square's risking it with inters. All the others are on there. Well, Bourbon's on inters as well. Yeah, Bourbon taking a chance here. I do wonder if that's going to pay off for him, in honesty. I mean, Maxwell's yet to set a lap, but unfortunately, he's gonna have to come back to the pits and redo because he had made a mistake in the final corner. So that means not only was his current lap invalidated, but the next lap was. And there's Rogue Wheel. And here comes Bourbon across the line, and he puts it fastest, 39.2. So I think Inters are playing nice. I mean, look at Square. He's already improved almost 1.25 seconds in Sector 1 alone. Square, by the way, 2/10 off of Bourbon's time. So, I just want to mention this. Bourbon, the top three, by the way, Bourbon, Square, and Flynn, all previous F1 winners. Flynn was the winner in Portimao. Bourbon, like I said, last week's winner in Austria, and Joe won 2 weeks ago in Baku. So let's see how this will play out for these drivers. I do wonder, is the intermediate conditions playing fair and helping these guys? That is the big question. I mean, Joe's improved. He's almost 4/10. I mean, he is gonna get pole. He's gonna get Nick pole off of Bourbon, and he does 38.9. So currently, only a few drivers can challenge for that. And currently making his way through Spoon is one of them, being Maxwell, and joining him right behind is Flynn. So Flynn and Maxwell could challenge. So let's see what F1X is able to do. Once this lap is set, he has enough time for one more run if he chooses. He is currently 5th fastest though. I do wonder what he'll be able to get currently once he crosses the line. Here he comes across the line. And it is 3rd fastest, 9/10 off of Bourbon's time. So currently 2 people out on their outlaps, being Luke and Bourbon. Maxwell currently going through turn 9 and 10 right now, with Flynn in hot pursuit of him. Now into turn 11, both the Mercedes and the Red Bull drivers. Currently Joe being very slow. He's in low fuel mode, I think, because he burned pretty much all of his fuel. I mean, look at this. The Red Bull and the Mercedes very close together. I mean, Flynn getting a little tow here as they come across. And Flynn gets pole, courtesy of that tow. Maxwell, P5. And Jack won't be able to challenge. He invalidated. There comes F1X, comes across, just slightly off, only 4th place. So Joe could potentially challenge. And Square gets run into by Maxwell's AI and gets a 5-place grid penalty for it. So Bourbon, here he comes around the final couple corners. Can he challenge? 39.2 is his current time. He has to beat a 38.7 in order to get pole. Can he get it done? And that answer is yes, he can. Bourbon just nips pole from Flynn. And Luke, by the way, P4 for the AlphaTauri. Nice job. And that will conclude qualifying. Bourbon nails pole position. So a very interesting, qualifying to say the least. You know, I missed quite a lot of it because the game threw me out, apparently. So there it is. So Bourbon P1. Flynn P2, Square would be P3, but unfortunately he'll be P8 because Luke is P3, F1X P4, Maxwell P5, Jack P6, and Nico will be P7. Square will be P8 from a 5-place grid penalty because Maxwell's AI smacked him. So now we are up and ready for the race now. This should be quite the spectacle. Alright, and here we go. Launch has begun. And here we go for round 8. And we will be kicking it off with the formation lap. So, alright, so here it is. So, Bourbon is on pole, and we're going to have Flynn alongside to make up the rest of row 1. Row 2, it is Luke and Polygon, F1X making up row 2. Row 3, it is held by Maxwell and Jack. QBR 20 Nico and PSR Square make up row 4. That is a Aston Martin row 5 with AK and Gecko, followed by the Chiller and the sister Academy teammate Polygon making up row 6. QBR 20 Term in the Red Bull with Stenner makes up row 7. TB and Payox make up row 8. That is a Haas row 9 with Zakaria and Jordan, with Groggers and Spoiled Eggs being back row. So, let's take a look at the tire setups here. The Aston Martins have gone with the sauce. Nico also gone with soft. Maxwell, F1X, and Luke also on sauce, while everyone else are on the medium compound tire. So this is going to be a one-stop strategy. Depending on what will happen, we might see a soft to medium, medium to soft. I mean, you never can rule out a hard tire the hard tire to come into play. And there it is, the predicted pit stop strategy, medium to hard, pitted on lap 11. And Luke's case, and for the soft tire guys, in their case, it's a 2-stop strategy. So as the field sets themselves up into position, Bourbon lays up into his grid spot, just waiting on the Alpine to get into position last. And here we go. We are ready to kick off round 8 of RPL F1. And we are off and away, and Luke gets a brilliant start. Phenomenal start. Rockets his way up, catches Flynn and Bourbon napping, and Luke rockets in the lead. And Flynn contact with Bourbon, and Bourbon spins out. And look at this, the Aston Martins, Luke, AK, and Gecko up in the P4 and 5. Square and Maxwell battling it out. They make contact into turn number 6. And Maxwell 5-second penalty for corner cutting, gaining a place. I'm not sure how that fared off, but anyway, so Maxwell already in the penalty club. And looks like he has problems. Maxwell's that's why he's got major damage to the wing. So Mercedes instantly already falling over, with 2 drivers already backing out. The Red Bulls leading the way 1-2, followed by the Aston Martins, and we got trouble again. This time it is Nico and Jordan caught up in a problem. And so is Zakaria. Zakaria's got no wing. And Polygon gets a penalty too. And TB's instantly in the pits. So is Maxwell. Quite a lot of drivers actually. TB, Maxwell, Jack, Zakaria, Nico, Jordan, they are all in too. But don't forget, Don't forget, Maxwell has that 5-second penalty, so that's really going to ruin him up just a bit. So, chaos in the opening lap. And the top 10 right now, it is Flynn, Luke, Gecko, Square, AK, Stenner, Term, The Chiller, F1X, and Bourbon, who just passed Groggers to get into P10. Actually, Paul got in pursuit, chasing Groggers. This is a fight for P11, by the way. Alfa Romeo versus Williams driver. It's kind of tight as they are side by side through that little flick around, and Polygon still showing no signs of quitting. He is still alongside of Groggers. They're still finding their way as they make their way through into turn 11. Look at this as they now make their way into the spoon of turn 12. Polygon can get a little more exit speed as he's wide. They make contact out of turn 12. And Polygon clears Groggers to get into P11. Nice, excellent fight between those two. Meanwhile, Term, by the way, 7th place right now. He is right on top of Stenner right now for P6. Here he goes down the inside. DRS now enabled. And Term has just snipped his way into P7, passing Stenner. Luke hanging tight with Flynn. These two have a near 3.5 second lead over Gecko and Square, by the way. Square, by the way, was in P8 at the beginning of the event, has already gone up to P4 now. But Luke, by the way, we just want to know this. Luke was absolutely demolishing on the start. Just basically caught his teammate Flynn napping and caught Bourbon napping. Anyways, there's AK and Term, by the way, battling it out for P5. Term clears AK. Now these two are compatriots. AK, Red Bull TP. Term works with Red Bull, but is only going to be slightly temporary because in a couple weeks, Term is moving to Alpine. And Term actually just spoke into chat saying, yes, everyone on mediums. And Term clears Gecko, and Gecko had a problem. He smashed the wall, I think. Yes, he does. He's got major wing damage there. Lets his teammate through for P5. So Gecko, on his return back, had a problem. And I'll just say it simply. Mercedes Academy is really faltering today. And Gecko just lost the wing. Makes contact with the chiller. Gecko lost his entire wing. Now he's gonna have to limp that car all the way back to the pits. And F1X, I think F1X has some problems too. Because I think he's lost the wing because he's lost 2 positions. Yeah, I just saw it. And Gecko is just on the track in front of competitors. That may not be safe at all. And Gecko immediately out after 3 laps. Well, Flynn currently sets the fastest lap right now. And he's currently 2 seconds clear of Luke. And speaking of which, Stenner on the attack on AK now. This is for P5. Stenner on the outside. Now to the inside for turn 2. And he gets no. He does not. The Chiller takes evasive action. So does Bourbon has to take evasive action. I'm not sure what happened there. We didn't catch it, but But Stenner goes spinning, and he recovers. He's all the way back now in P10. Was there contact between AK and Bourbon? And speaking of AK and... As far as AK, I think there might have been contact between them. But anyways, AK, by the way, with Bourbon on his outside now, and looks like is Bourbon gonna let him by? Looks a little tight between the two. And these two are gonna be working together in a few weeks, and it is kind of tight. AK really fighting it off against Bourbon here, but Bourbon makes it through in the spoon corner. Bourbon is up to P5 now. Speaking of another fight to soon be coming up, Term versus Square. Term is starting to catch up now, but he's gonna have a long way to go to catch his teammate, because Term is 7.3 seconds behind his teammate Flynn. Meanwhile, further back, Maxwell in P15 catching up to Jack in P14. That should be an interesting battle to be coming up soon, as Zakaria just joins the 3-second penalty club. And so does whoever that is in P8. Actually, here comes Paul God. Just swing on by to try to get past him to get into P8. I mean, that would be nice. As you can see, he's got that. So you can just see, he's got that laggy late in the internet. Yep. Laggy late in the internet right there. He is lagging though just quite badly. But anyway, speaking of which, old rivals meeting up now. Did Schiller on the back of AK. These two have a long history together. And they actually start off in a nice note. These two were teammates in Season 1 as Luke is pitted. Luke is getting out of those softs. So Luke, the first of the soft tire guys to go in. Question is what is he going on first? And he is actually going for the hard compound tire. He's going for the rest of the race on those hards. Meanwhile, the Chiller clears AK to get up into P5 now. Actually, speaking of which, we're gonna have a nice little fight here. Could this be a Red Bull 1-2? As Term, who by the way, pitted on the first lap. A pit on the first lap, I believe, after someone went wrong. Did he already have one stop? I think he did. But yeah, Square just loses P1, P2 to Term. Actually, no, Term started on the hards. He didn't stop. Oh, wow. I did not know that Term was the only person on the hard compound tire. Here comes Square again to square up and fight back. And now Maxwell joins the penalty club now. I mean, this track is notorious for track limit penalties. Anyways, Square gets a little squirrely out of that final corner as AK now comes into the pits. AK entered it in P6. So AK, another one of the soft tire guys, in the pits now. The question is I do wonder how far of a gap it's going to be, because Flynn, by the way, pulling an 8.7 second gap on Term right now. Now we haven't had a driver get their second win this season yet. So far, we've already had 7 races and 7 different winners. Can that streak end today? Or, by some crazy miracle, could Term do it? Could Term do the unthinkable and keep that streak going with 8? That is quite a question, to say the least. I mean, it has been a monumental roller coaster season, to say the least. Anyways, Paul got on the tail of Egg, by the way. Just gonna note that there. Paul God, for the love of hell, please pass that. Please pass that guy. Please make him feel embarrassed. Anyway, Stenner, by the way, P8 right now. So, I mean, one thing I will admit, the Alpines, they're actually been doing slightly better compared to last week. I mean, Stenner got caught up in a few incidents earlier, and Term just joins the 3-second penalty club now. So, anyway, so Stenner got caught up in a few accidents last week. His teammate, Redfire Tiger, completely thrown out of Alpine after causing so many dramatic incidents. Oh, here we go. Paul God trying to go on the inside, just can't seem to do it. He's not there yet. He's not quite there yet. He's gonna have to wait till the next corner to do it. May have a chance to in the DRS zone, and it looks like we have trouble. Jordan has a spin in turn 2. So Jordan having a malfunction in turn number 2, and he is going to be at risk of being lapped. And Maxwell, by the way, just clears Payox for P13, and Jack winds up clearing him too. So I think Payox getting a little squirrely, to say the least. But so far, it's been quite stagnant so far. I mean, Flynn, 8.5 seconds ahead of Term, and that gap doesn't seem to be going much of anywhere. Pogod trying to sneak a peek in, but now caught in an Alpine sandwich. Here goes and Stenner just spun him! That was not right! Stenner just hooked and spun him. That was not right. Pogod was challenging for P6, and he just got spun out by Stenner right there. That was just uncalled for. That was uncalled for to say the least. Paul are now in the pits now to change those tires, and actually he might have help because Payox just crashed. We have a safety car. Payox crashes out of Spoon. That's out of turn 13 in the middle of turn 14. So a safety car has now been deployed. We're 10 laps into this event now. So anyway, so now everyone comes into the pits. Red Bull's doing a double stack. Turn off the hard compounds. Here comes Square In. He's on the hards. Bourbon, hards as well. The Chiller's gonna come in on the hards. Alpine's gonna double stack. Flynn's on hards. So everybody's coming on in. Swapping their tires over. Maxwell is in too. Yeah, so lots of these guys are coming in. So Flynn is out. So now Flynn is in the lead. Term is sitting in second, so it's Red Bull 1-2. Square sitting in third. Bourbon is 4. The Chiller will be 5. Egg is in 6. Stenner 7th. Luke's in 8. Grogger's P9, and Polgod is in P10. So now we'll get... So as everyone lines up, so for those that are just joining us, we're here in France. We have 2 retirements, by the way. We have Gecko, who retired on track before turn 11, and F1X crashed in turn 14. That caused the safety car. So because here's what we got. So Flynn is your leader. Term is in second. Square is in third. Bourbon is 4. The Chiller 5. Egg is in 6. Stenner is 7. Luke is in 8th. Groggers is 9. Paul got P10. And the rest of the field, it is TB, AK, Maxwell, Jack, Payox, Nico, Zakaria, and Jordan. So the safety car coming in this time. Flynn in control of the field. And where is he gonna go? That's the big question. He's probably gonna go right here. Yes, he does. Off he goes. Catches turn napping. And there's side by. Look at this side by side. Oh boy. No. Yeah, you better fall back in line, Bourbon. That's not gonna work. Yeah. Whoa, I think Turn's having some issues. Yeah, I think Turn's having some problems. Yeah, he's mentioning he's got problems. Oh, Xbox died. His Xbox died, but look at this, his square on the inside of Flynn. Look, oh boy, little tap. Oh boy, slide. There goes there goes square. Oh boy. I think that was a racing incident because I think just a little flick up by Square just sent him into a spin. I don't think that was any fault on Flynn's part. I will admit. I don't think there was any fault on Flynn's part. That was just very unfortunate to say the least. But Term in AI because his Xbox died. Now TV on. Oh boy, 3 white. Oh boy, that was not gonna play nice. Yep. Egg just see that. Egg's just lagging on TB's part because we can just see it. Egg is lagging pretty bad. We can see it on Egg's end. As he goes to the inside of a Term and TB. Oh boy, caught off by Term's AI. That was just really that would have been really bad. That would have been pretty bad there. But TV is up in there in the 7th, and Egg is still lagging. That is just really whack. And look, oh, AK's got a problem. Nope, never mind. It's not Egg. It's Jordan. Jordan in trouble. And Square, by the way, just clears Polygon to get back into the points now. DRS back enabled now. Jack. Passing Term's AI. We'll just take a look at a replay of Flynn's retirement. Not Flynn. F1X's retirement. Oh, that's awful. F1X had an online services error. That's why he's out. He had an online services error come up. That's why he couldn't keep going. That's very unfortunate. That is very unfortunate for F1X, I will say. So Bourbon, by the way, I just want to mention this. Bourbon was caught up in that spin at the beginning of the event, has now already clawed his way back in the second place, and as Flynn will cross the line, 10 laps left, and we got trouble. That time it's Payox, spins out in turn 14. Now we're going to have a battle for the podium, by the way, and Flynn just gets a 3-second penalty. Joins the 3-second penalty club. A lot of people join the penalty club, to say the least. And, oh, okay. Looks like the host is having some issues. Looks like the host is having some problems. Luke is having some, has had a couple lag spikes in those couple corners. Yeah, Luke's having some problems. Anyways, Jack on the outside of Egg, by the way, gets by him in a P7. Yeah, Luke's having some lagging problems in the corners. Now Square, by the way, in pursuit to get. And Square's in pursuit of Egg to get into P9, P8. Egg blocks him off. Jordan has left. That just caused a little lag spike. And the Chiller just loses P3 to Luke. Nope, never mind. Yeah, Luke's having some, Luke, the host is having some big problems. TB, by the way, just clears center, and Square battling with Jack. And Luke just gets himself into P3 now. But let's hope he's able to keep it in check. Actually, I think Luke might disconnect. Well, we got trouble in Sector 3. That is Groggers. Groggers having problems. And the Chiller joins the 3-second penalty club. A lot of the drivers are getting 3-second penalties, especially towards the end of the race. Axel's just working his hardest. Unfortunately, he's all the way back in P16. He's gonna need a freaking miracle in order to get back into the fight. Flynn, by the way, 2.6 seconds gap to Bourbon has TB, sneaks that move on the inside, gets cleared to Chiller for P5, now on top of Luke. This is for podium now. Now remember though, Flynn does have a 3-second time penalty on him, so if Bourbon can stay within 3 seconds of Flynn, he will win. Anyways, here comes TB. Will he make a ballsy move? No, he's not. He's gonna wait. He's gonna wait till the next DRS zone to make his attack. I mean, this is the battle of the hour. It's a four-car train with Luke, TB, DeChiller, and Stenner making up P4 through 6. And the Alpines, I will admit, the Alpines have the Alpine, mainly Stenner right now. He's been doing decently good as TB down the inside of Luke makes it stick. Look how close these two are right there as AK gets another 3-second penalty and Luke still hounding TB. They are nearly side by side going into turn 11, but TB just covers Luke off. So TB maintaining that P3 spot. So TB, I will mention, TB, I'm just going to mention, the championship leader, he will extend his lead at this current present time because his teammate is sitting all the way in P7 and the person in third place, being Maxwell, is not even in the points. I mean, currently his closest rival, the closest rival he has on track is, I believe, either Luke or Flynn. It's Luke with 60, and he's right behind him. So TB is going to have a nice, comfortable lead gap. And Turn comes into the pit, so one Red Bull driver having problem after problem after problem, while the other Red Bull seems to be having a flawless evening. Anyways, look at Luke trying to see if he can sneak a move on the outside, on the inside, just trying to make TB make a mistake, but TB stands firm. TB stands firm. Square thought about it with Stenner, by the way, but backs out. TB still maintain that P3 square. Very, very close on Stenner now. Will he sneak a tag? No, he snuck a nose in, but backs out. So Square would have had a chance to. So we're on board with Square now as he's right up to Taylor Stenner to make the way into the hairpin. Gets a little squirrely out of the final corner. That DRS train really roaring and active. Luke and TB starting to fly away. Starting to run out just slightly. I don't think this train's going to change much. I mean, someone's going to have to give in this 5-car train. But meanwhile, Flynn is comfortably clear of Bourbon. 4 seconds now. So Flynn is on point to getting a win unless he winds up getting another 3-second penalty. And Bourbon, by the way, 9 seconds clear TV. Here goes Square down the inside. Flies it on through and gets into P6. Wonderful job by Stenner. By Square to get into P6. Square now in pursuit of the Chiller now. As the laps tick down. Only 4 to go now. And Square, a little squirreled. Guessing that curb. Maxwell and Pax, by the way, farther back. Battle for P12. But I think Maxwell, hoping for a miracle, has just been dashed. There's no way for a safety car to come in. given how late in the event it is. And then Square, again, tried to sneak a nose onto the Chiller. But the Chiller waves him off. There he goes, down the inside now. And Square moves up into P5. One more to help his teammate. He's got Luke now. Now Luke is gonna have some problems because he's got Square right behind him now. He's got TB to worry about now. So Luke, the Alpha Tower refilling of a McLaren sandwich. And we had trouble in Sector 2. That is in turn 9. That is in turn 8 and 9. That's Grogger's around again. But he's going to clear back on the green conditions. 3 to go now. Question is, which one's going to crack first? I mean, this 5-car train is just really starting to flare up. That's for darn certain. I mean, I can't even tell who's going to be on top. In the background, there goes Bourbon. And AK a 10-second penalty for corner cutting. Not sure why he would do that kind of thing, but Flynn keeping it tight and stacked. Here goes Square down the inside of Luke now. They're side by side going into turn 11. Gonna go into turn 12. Are they still side by side-ish? Kinda, but Square clears Luke. He's in P4 now. McLaren are doing really strong, by the way. P3 and 4 for McLaren. Now, only 2 laps to go for Flynn to get his second RPL F1 win this season. Look how awkward this standings looks like. We have 2 top cars, a Mercedes and a Red Bull, 2 and 1. And then the only other top car is the Chiller in the Ferrari in 6th place. So Square now playing the defense game for TB now. As we go on board with Luke. Gets that DRS, stays in that tow. Was he planning on making an attack? No, he was not. It was too far back to do so. But don't forget, Square does have that DRS helped on by his teammate. And they are still quite a ways back from Bourbon and Flynn. I mean, Flynn is on point to getting his second win. Here comes Flynn around the final corner, by the way. He will get the final lap of the event. So final lap now of this race. Luke hangs out in 5th place. He is trying his best to see if he can at least corral one of the McLarens into making a mistake. And the Chiller, by the way, being harassed by Stenner now. Let's go slightly back to that fight now. As the Chiller moves to the right. Here goes Stenner, by the way, side by side. I think the Chiller just let Stenner through. So Stenner up into P6. New wonder does the Chiller have a malfunction? Does he have a little issue, by the way? Maybe the tire might be falling apart for him. AK, by the way, just spins out in the final corner, by the way. And here he goes. And TB and Square are neck and neck together. By the way. And look, oh boy, this is gonna get good. Here goes Square down the outside. No contact between the teammates. Oh boy, here goes Luke too. And that's gonna be very tight there, but we'll focus it on now as he comes out of the final corner. He played it good, he played it well, and he has done really good. NRX Flynn wins in France and gets the fastest lap to boot too. Bourbon will come in P2, and it is going to be another McLaren podium. This time it is PSR Square. He'll get P3. TB will be 4th. Luke is 5th. And Jack's gonna nip P7 from the Chiller. Stenner P6. Egg P9. Well, would've, but Paul got P9. And Egg P10. And Groggers crashes. And oh, I think Zakaria got involved. No. So that was a very interesting and fun race. AK got DQ'd from the event. So Zakaria lasts across the line, but Flynn ends the streak. He gets his 2nd win of RPL Season 6. Great job to Flynn for that win. And the noted driver today is TB. Well, TB noted for driver today. Well, I'm actually gonna, in a way, just sort of swallow my pride. So there it is, Flynn, your winner, Bourbon 2nd, and Square is in 3rd. TB 4, Luke 5, Stenner 6, Jack 7, The Chiller 8, Paul got 9, Egg P 10, and that was a crazy race to say the least. So that is going to conclude the stream for today. So here is how things are gonna go for next week. So Friday, F1 Tier 2 will be entering round 9, and that is going to be in Brazil. Next Saturday, F2 will be in Monza. And lastly, F1 next week will be in Silverstone. So, from RPL Streams, it's time 9. We'll say good night, and have a wonderful one.